You did everything right. You skipped the vacations, ate at home, cut the subscriptions, and finally hit $10,000 in your savings account. And now you feel safe, prepared, like you finally beat the system. But here's the part nobody told you. That $10,000 is not protecting you. Not in 2026. Not with what's happening right now in this economy. Because the people most at risk are not the ones with zero savings. They're the ones exactly like you who think $10,000 is enough. Picture a Tuesday evening. You open your HYSA app and see $10,247.33. You remember when that account had $340 in it, the low-grade panic every time your car made a weird noise. But now you feel like you've got breathing room. And that feeling of relief is exactly what the financial media has been selling you for 15 years. Because Dave Ramsey said save $1,000 and you blew past that. Suze Orman said 3 to 6 months and 10 grand felt close enough, so you stopped pushing. But a single emergency room visit before insurance now averages $3,300. An overnight stay jumps to $11,700. 1 month of rent in the average American city is $1,800. And your total unavoidable monthly expenses run $3,500 to $5,000, which means $10,000 divided by $4,200 in monthly expenses gives you exactly 71 days. 2.5 months, and that's if nothing else goes wrong at the same time. Because real emergencies don't happen in isolation. You lose your job. The average time to find a new one at the same salary in 2026 is 4.3 months. 4 months at $4,200 is $16,800. You already don't have enough. Then your transmission fails at $4,100. Your emergency fund drops to $3,200, and your Cobra health insurance kicks in at $623 a month. And on top of all that, since 2020, the US dollar has lost 19.4% of its purchasing power. So the $10,000 you saved in 2021 only buys what $8,060 bought back then. And if it's sitting in a Chase or Wells Fargo standard savings account earning 0.01% to 0.5% while inflation runs at 3.1% annually, you were losing $310 a year without touching a single dollar, moving backward while your statement still says $10,000. And the definition of emergency itself has changed. Cyber attacks draining debit accounts, identity theft, freezing credit for months, a terminated lease requiring $5,400 to $7,200 upfront in major cities, and a family member's crisis becoming yours because the American social safety net is fraying. So here's the crossroads. Most people will close this video, feel uncomfortable for a few hours, and go back to feeling okay. Or they stay, run the real math, and build a fund that actually protects them. Because before looks like this: $10,000 gone in 2.5 months, borrowing from your 401k at a 10% penalty plus income tax, setting your retirement back 5 years just to survive 3 months. But after looks like this: the right number in the right account, structured the right way, with runway to find the right job instead of the desperate one, credit score intact, retirement untouched. And here's exactly how to get there. First, calculate your actual monthly survival number. Not your budget, not your income, just rent, car payment, insurance, utilities, groceries, minimum debt payments, phone, and internet, which for most middle-class Americans in 2026 lands between $3,400 and $5,800 per month. Second, multiply by the right number of months. If you're a W-2 employee with stable work, 5 to 6 months is your target. If you're self-employed or a contractor, you need 6 to 9. If you're the sole earner with dependents, you need 9 to 12, no exceptions. Third, move your money out of a big bank savings account right now, because a high-yield savings account at Marcus by Goldman Sachs Ally Bank or SoFi is currently offering 4.5% to 5.1% annually, which means at 4.75%, your $10,000 earns $475 a year instead of $5. 9 times more money for doing nothing except moving it, and FDIC insures it up to $250,000 just the same. Fourth, use a 2-bucket structure. Bucket 1 holds 1 to 2 months of your survival number in your HYSA, accessible in 24 to 48 hours for immediate emergencies, and Bucket 2 holds the remaining 3 to 7 months, potentially in a money market account, or 3-month T-bills through treasurydirect.gov, currently yielding around 5.3%, backed by the U.S. government, growing while it waits. Fifth, build your roadmap. Open the HYSA this week and move what you have. Set an automatic $100 to $150 transfer every payday so $2,600 builds itself in a year without willpower. Funnel every tax refund, bonus, and windfall directly into the fund until you hit your target. And once a year, reassess the number, because rent goes up, life changes, and a $10,000 emergency fund that felt right in 2022 is almost certainly the wrong number in 2026. So put it all together. Monthly survival number of $4,200. 5-month target equals $21,000. $8,400 in Bucket 1, instantly accessible. $12,600 in Bucket 2, earning $599 a year automatically while you sleep. $150 auto transfer every 2 weeks, and in 18 months you have a real emergency fund, not a comfortable feeling one, a mathematically real one. Because $10,000 felt like safety, and the effort to save it was real, but the economy changed, costs changed, and most of the advice you've been given didn't update with it. So starting today, calculate your monthly survival number, multiply by 5 to 6 months, open an HYSA and move your fund there, automate the transfer on payday, and revisit the number every single year. That is how you build an emergency fund that actually protects you in 2026.